Hello friends, Mark Holmes here with my buddy Cowboy Joe Boo, and as always, thank you guys for watching, commenting, and subscribing to the Joe Boo Sports Report, because without you guys, well, you know, I would still be down here talking. Now, I gotta tell you, I must be doing something right, because I am getting trolls from other teams that are coming back after me. Now listen, you guys know what my motto is. My motto is welcome everybody in here, okay? I'm not one to talk a whole lot of trash and stuff like that. It's about spreading the mojo. But if you come after me, if you come to talk some trash, just be sure to have your shit together. Because I will argue and debate with anybody. But some of you guys, when you come, you don't seem to let facts get in the way of your arguments. Now, I want to applaud the brother for giving me props. But it's one of those kind of things when the girl says, I don't mean any harm, but it's just a nice way to let you know that I'm about to try and cut you down. But listen to my man here. Wrong mouse. It's kind of hard when you're old and you got two computers that you're running.
Here to talk a little bit of trash about the Dallas Cowboys. And I found it interesting. I was on the internet the other day, and a cat from I think he's from out here in VA, Dallas Cowboys fan, Mark Holmes, came out with a video. He's not part of the TTC, if a lot of you guys know, but Mark Holmes is for what he does. Respect to you, man. He's very informational. Diehard Cowboys fan. He does podcasts. He's invested, basically, and I can respect that. But just to speak on a little bit about what he was talking about, he was debating, or not really debating, but he was talking about how a lot of people are talking about how Dak is going to have a slump, sophomore season, a sophomore slump, and he was a dump and dink quarterback last year. But Mark disagrees. Well, and then you want to bring up Eli Manning, and you want to bring up the Giants and the Giants fans. And I'm completely disagreeing with you. Basically, he is a dump and dink quarterback. And numbers will prove that. Not only will numbers prove that, your own eyes should be able to tell that. Now,
you might want to get some glasses.
Conversation about it then. If you don't think he's a dump and dink quarterback, nobody wants to hear no excuses about the 3 games that Dez was out. I don't think that's valid enough or that important. What we are going to talk about is the simple fact of the matter that the leading wide receiver on your team last year was Cole Beasley. Little Cole Beasley had 75 catches. Should we look at what his average was on his catches? Because I don't think you would want to do that with him being the leading receiver on your team. Next behind him was the old man, Jason Witten, who he had 69 catches last year for like 700 and something yards, I think. I may be wrong about the yardage, but he had 69 catches last year. And, he's always a security blanket for the quarterback, for a dump and dink quarterback. That's your second leading wide receiver. Third on your team was Dez Bryant with 50 catches. Now, I'm not going to speak, about the simple fact that, just this year alone right here, Jason Witten done had a better year than Dez than had in the last 2 years. It's a damn shame that you used to be looked at, Dez, as one of the wide receivers that's in the category. You was right up there 1 and 2 with Megatron just a few years ago, until you started dropping everything and them having to change calls in the NFL just for your sake because your hands are so sloppy.
Y'all heard of that?
But getting into the Dak Prescott situation, you're completely, wrong and kind of biased with your opinion on it because of the fact that Eli didn't have nearly, enough talent as far as what you guys have on offense to work with last year. Also,
okay, let's just stop right there. I appreciate your argument, but let's kind of examine this. See, don't hate the player, hate the game. Don't be mad at Dak Prescott because he didn't have to throw as much as Eli Manning. Now, don't get me wrong. Eli Manning threw for over 4,000 yards, but that's mainly because you didn't have a damn running game and your offense was playing from behind trying to win. So, if we're talking about dink and dunk, by definition, I say Eli Manning, the veteran with 2 Super Bowl rings, is more of a dink and dunk quarterback than Dak Prescott. Because let's examine the yards per completion. Dak, 7.99 yards. Eli, 6.24. So Dak was throwing a yard and a half further per completion. Now you talk about talent. You know, Odell is supposed to be the be-all, end-all with receivers. Mr. Love Boat himself. Let me go out and hang with the bee. Yes, he had 101 catches. Fantastic year. For a 13.5 yard average. Because you can't really compare the number of catches they had because Dallas Cowboys are more of a running team. I know it's something that you Giants don't know anything about anymore, running the ball. Because Dak Prescott completed 67.8% of his passes. Eli Manning only completed 63%. Okay? So does that make any sense to you? Do you understand that Eli Manning had to throw more passes to make the same number of completions as Dak Prescott? And Dak Prescott, per completion, got more yards. Because, yes, Cole Beasley did lead the Dallas Cowboys in receptions with 75 for 11.1 yard average. Dez was number 2 with 50 catches for a 15.9 yard average. Jason Witten, old man Jason Witten, father time, even got 9.8 yards per reception. Terrence Williams, Mr. I forget to step out of bounds and let the Giants win, he averaged 13.5 yards per completion. Zeke Elliott, 11.5 yards per completion. Bryce Butler, 13.7 yards completion. Now, maybe they changed the definition of dink and dunk, that maybe dinking and dunking is a little further down the field than a 2 yard out. But to me, your top 6 receivers, only one is under 10 yards, and it's only by 2/10. On the flip side of this, Odell averaged 13.5 yards of completion. It's good. It's good. But Terrence Williams averaged the same thing. Bryce Butler averaged more. Dez Bryant averaged more. Then you had Shepard with 10.5. Victor Cruz, Mr. Salsa Dancing, who kind of stopped salsa dancing after he met Joe Boo. He averaged 15, which is fantastic. But after that, you got Jennings with 5.7. You got Ty with 8.2. You got, I don't even know, Rainey with 7.7. So clearly, Dak Prescott, for his passes, was completing more balls down the field than Eli Manning, the veteran. Because here's the thing. Dak only averaged 28 passes a game compared to 37 for Eli Manning. And the difference being 251 yards for Eli Manning versus 229. So please, my man, explain to me how it is that Dak Prescott's a dink and dunk quarterback. And don't give me this stuff that we had more talent, because clearly, on paper, you had a better receiving core. Remember, Mr. One-Handed Catch himself, I got this beautiful catch in a loss against the Cowboys. Oh, did I say that?
But it didn't get hurt.
So, I'm going to leave it right there, my man.
The same guy who got hurt.
I'm Mark Holmes. This is Cowboy Joe Boo, and I hope you guys tune in to to the Joe Boo Sports Report, live streaming at 9 o'clock tonight and Monday night at 9. Get out of here with that trash. How was that?
The only thing you forgot.